What's up, everyone? In this video, we're looking into a piece of kit that has seriously leveled up our layout game. If you work on a lot of projects or on any job site in general, this is going to be one of your favorites. This is the Sigman CM-S04, and let's get into the review. Now, we already did a full unboxing of this system where we showed off the heavy-duty case and all the accessories like the lifting base and micro-adjust bracket, so if you missed that, you can just click the I button right now to see exactly what comes in the kit. But for this review, we want to focus on how this thing actually performs when we put it to work. The laser body itself has a real presence to it. It weighs in at around 670 grams, giving it a solid, weighted feel that tells you it's built well, yet it never feels like it gets in our way while we're moving around a room. One thing that really sets the Sigman S04 apart from the crowd is that LCD display on the side. It's a clean, backlit screen that shows our level status, which lines are currently active, and exactly how much battery we have left. For us, that makes a world of difference because we aren't guessing or constantly walking back to the unit to check if it's about to die. It gives the whole device a very modern, refined feel that we just haven't seen in this price bracket before. When it comes to the build and design, this thing is ready for the real world. It carries an IP54 rating, meaning dust and splashes from a wet job site aren't going to bother it one bit. We noticed the rubber pads on the bottom do a great job of keeping it from sliding around on smooth surfaces like polished concrete or subfloors. The shell feels solid, and the pendulum lock gives just the right amount of resistance. It's not rattling around loosely when it's turned off. Once we unlock it, the self-leveling mechanism settles down remarkably fast. If the device is more than a few degrees off, the lines flash to warn us, so there's no chance of us accidentally marking a crooked line. Let's talk about the accessories, because they actually make the tool more useful. The lift base is a lifesaver for those of us doing tile work or baseboards. It raises the beam so we can match it with our reference lines without having to shift the whole tripod. But the real star for us is that steel bracket. It provides micro adjustments for left-right, forward-back, up-down, and even rotation. That makes our layout work so much easier because we never have to physically push the tripod to fix a tiny drift and risk knocking everything out of alignment. The magnets on this bracket are no joke either. We stuck it to some steel studs and metal door frames and it held steady without any sliding. Plus, the small bullseye mark helps us center our alignment from across the room. Now, where this thing really shines is the laser performance. It projects 4 full 360-degree planes. That's 2 horizontal and 2 vertical lines. This creates a 16-line layout that covers the walls, floors, and ceilings all at the same time. For us, this is a massive advantage. We can set the unit down once in the center of the room and work around it for the rest of the day. Whether we're marking heights for outlets, checking floor level, or lining up ceiling fixtures, we almost never have to reposition the unit. That setup makes our workflow faster and way more precise, especially when we're dealing with bigger rooms or complicated open concept projects. The green beam is incredibly strong and stays sharp even in rooms with plenty of ambient light. It reaches out across 44 feet with clean, distinct edges. Sigman claims a 30-meter indoor range, and honestly, that feels realistic to us. The line thickness stays consistent all the way through, and the edges don't get fuzzy or bloomed out, which is essential when we're trying to align multiple reference points. For those times we need to go outside, pulse mode becomes our best friend. Once we activate it, the beam works with a receiver to pick up the line way beyond what our eyes can see. We tried it outside in the sun, and even though we couldn't see the line with the naked eye, the receiver caught it immediately without any struggle. This makes the CM-S04 actually practical for exterior work or bright commercial sites. The self-leveling and tilt modes are another area where we felt the quality. The leveling range covers about 3 to 4 degrees, and once we place it on a slab, it finds level almost instantly. We even bumped the tripod slightly and the device recovered its level without a long, frustrating delay. But for those of us working on specialized tasks like shower floors, ramps, or drainage lines, the tilt mode is a game changer. By locking the pendulum, we can set our angle manually and the display clearly shows our X and Y values. We just adjust the mount until we match our target grade, and the line flashes every few seconds to remind us we aren't in level mode anymore. It takes all the guesswork out of getting a consistent slope and saves us a ton of trial and error time. In terms of power and workflow, Sigman really thought this through.
They include 2 USB-C rechargeable batteries, which means we can work all day without ever having to stop. Each battery gives us about 6 to 7 hours of runtime, and since we can plug the cable directly into the battery, we can charge one while we're using the other. We also love the Bluetooth app integration. It basically mirrors the remote control on our phones. We could switch lines on or off or adjust the brightness without having to climb up and down a ladder, which keeps the workflow smooth and keeps our focus on the task. In a practical sense, this tool is a jack of all trades. For the carpenters among us, those 4 360-degree planes are perfect for framing walls or hanging doors. Tile workers can match floor lines with wall lines without ever having to flip or move the device. Electricians can run conduit perfectly straight without ever touching a chalk line. Even for something as simple as installing kitchen wall cabinets, this is a dream. The horizontal plane wraps the entire room, so we can move from wall to wall and know the cabinets are going to hit the same height every single time. In our opinion, the Sigman S04 is a standout in the mid-range laser market. It manages to bridge that gap between the cheap, disposable lasers and the $600 professional units. The build is rugged, the visibility is top tier, and the inclusion of that LCD screen in the micro-adjust bracket makes it feel like a much more expensive tool. It's reliable, repeatable, and it actually makes the job easier rather than adding another layer of frustration. So that's our take on the CM-S04. It's solid, it's precise, and it has the battery life to actually survive a full day on the job. If you're tired of fighting with a sagging chalk line or a laser that you can barely see, this is a setup that definitely deserves a spot in your kit. We'll put the links to the CM-S04 in the description so you can check out the latest pricing for yourself. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more gear reviews and job site updates. We've got a lot more coming your way soon. Other than that, we hope you all have a simple day. Peace.